monastery of the Catholic Church and had gave her wealth to the church, but the church wanted to control Islam, so they gave her her wealth back and told her to go marry Muhammad. That's matriarchal. So Khadijah was the Black Madonna that the Pope supplanted. When he pushed her out of the Catholic Church in the Madonna seat, then Mother Khadijah was moved. Right? So, in order for her to be protected, Muhammad commissioned what we know today under the tents of Qadar as the Sharif. They were supposed to be guardians of the righteous. Now, how can I get y'all to understand who Khadijah is? Right? This is the mother of the faithful in Islam, is what she's called, the mother of the faithful. Now, y'all got to pay attention, because we have to put the Madonna back in her seat. Now, Isis is referred to as Mary because the term Mary means rebellious woman. So in Islam, what took place was this. When they got Khadijah to marry Muhammad, Muhammad, through the family of the house, her house, swore to guard and protect the family of the house, the holy blood, the queen seat, or the high priestess seat of heaven and earth, Mother Khadijah. Now, I have to tie this back. I have to tie this back to Maryam. I got to tie this back to Mariama. This is Mosque Mariama in Chicago. Fruit on deck. So this is Mosque Mariama in Chicago, because in Islam, Mary is called Mariama. Now, in a few minutes, I'm going to go to that, because Mother Khadijah of the Nation of Islam is Queen Mother Isis. She is to be restored as Caliphate, the mother of the righteous and the mother of the faithful. This is the return of the ancient ones. This is the restoration of the glory seat. Farrakhan, I told you, this is where you see her on her throne. Khadijah is the mother of the faithful. Look it up. All of them gave me the clues. Betsy Ross was her slave name. Who made the American flag? That was just a key. That was just a key. Because the flag story does not add up. It's an incongruency there. So that means that there's something else there. So her name was Betsy Ross as the cloak. That was the disguise to let me know how to find Isis, the queen of heaven and earth. Now we got another problem here. We got another problem. Because if she's over here, who the fuck is that over there? Now, everybody that already said Francis was the imposter. Now I told y'all it was some foul shit going on. Right? Now I showed y'all already. Everybody know what's going on. This is not haphazard. So, in the quest to restore balance back to earth, under the orders of Mott, by the evidence provided by the CASHAPP, Mother Khadijah is the Queen Isis, the mother, the queen of heaven and earth. I am the widow's son. I am crown prince of heaven and earth. Now, I'm going to walk you through some signs. I am the self-raised master, the master of masters. And everything I have shown you has proven this. But there's one thing that you got to understand. Because if you don't know who God is, you're about to find out. The black stone. The black stone, I told you what it was. Now we're going to show you what it is. Now, remember when we went yesterday, we went over the 5% information. And I showed you the Melanica, the Palace of the Rising Sun. We went over the Vesica Pisces. And the Vesica Pisces being the identifier, right? The Vesica Pisces being the identifier. So now, when we go up and we look at the Kaaba, now remember, it's a circle and a square, right? The builders built the box to house the mother, Alat. I'm about to lay it out for y'all now. Because if y'all sitting here thinking God is a man, are you insane? God cannot be a man. The Black Madonna returns. Francis, you gotta go. I'm finna show my people. I got everybody tied together in this. Everybody tied together in this. So let's go. We finna go do. This is the Kaaba. This is the Kaaba of Mecca. All right.
Get back.
Right? But if we do our part, they're going to make sure that it's enforced from a galactic perspective.
Right. How bad, famo? This we let the cat out the back door. This man and caught a rat and broke his neck. I gotta take him out. This little guy gone.
The cat caught a rat.
Hey, that must be some type of sign, huh?
Hey, yeah, definitely a sign. What color is your cat?
Black.
Okay.
There you go. You had him outside? Yeah, she was in here panicking, that's why.
Well, you know, women don't really care for them rodents too much.
Right.
Unless they grow up playing with them as part of their, their culture.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go ahead and wash these hands real quick. Right. Somebody. Now I'm gonna be thinking about that shit all night. Cause the other day, my bad, maybe you can't hear me. Cause the other day, I got another sign from Spirit. Like Hawks is one of my totems. And I see him everywhere I go. And the other day I'm driving down the road and a hawk swooped in front of the car with a rabbit. He didn't caught a rabbit. And he, like, Rob, when I tell you I had to brake because I was about to hit the hawk and the rabbit, like, dead ass I had to brake. And I'm like, okay. That's God telling me it's time to strike. It's time to do what I'm supposed to be doing. But, man, these little messages be coming now. As soon as you tap in, it's like they come nonstop.
Yeah. But see, here's the thing. Everything is a message, but we don't read everything as a message.
Mm-hmm. That's real. Ain't no coincidences. I see it in everything now to the point where I be feeling like paranoid. I be like, come on now, you can't think of everything. Got to be symbolism.
Well, stop telling yourself that because that's where the paranoia comes from. If you go back to Elijah Muhammad said there's been thousands and thousands and thousands of signs. This shit is about to be a wrap. Elijah Muhammad said that back in the 60s. Right? So how many more signs has been given to us since then? So it's a lot of signs that we haven't been reading. We just been letting them go past, trying to fit into the society that was designed to oppress us.
Yeah, put a cage on my mind, basically. Because once I remove that prison of a thought process, then I'm able to really tap in and allow that to become a part of my intuition. But sometimes, like I said, because I'm like, damn, that can't be a sign. Because, like, literally, it's like all day. Numbers on top of that. It's like numbers to the point where I don't even look up the meaning of numbers anymore because I know them all by heart.
So that's when you start using numerology and gematria in real time, and that even fines tune the message. So the message becomes easier to assimilate when you understand what numbers mean. Because this is why you wear a watch. This is why you're supposed to wear a watch. We got cameras on our phone. Clocks on our phone now, because the every second of the day is a new set of numbers. Think about that. Every second of the day is a new set of numbers.
Mm.
And those same numbers several times a day are anagrams of one another. Those are what you call connection points. Right? So 24 hours in a day, but 12 months in a year.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they say it's one day to the year. That means it took a whole year for it to happen. So in 12 and 24 is 36, and 3 and 6 is 9, and that's the turnaround.
Right. And 12 is 3. 24 is 6. And you add them together, then you get 9.
Yep. It got to be able to work frontwards and backwards in order for it to fit into an accurate read. Right? So the 369 is a code. It's a universal code for turning something around, or when you get to what we call 3-point convergence, that's GPS. So you need 3 points of convergence in order to get past the 2-point coincidence factor. Anything more than 2 is no longer coincidence. That means that, pay attention, this is a real sign. Right? That's how GPS need 3 points of convergence to get you to your location.
What do they call it?
Triangulation.
Triangulation. There it is.
So that's why when you see, like when I watch a tarot card reader, I can read more into the cards than she reading, because I'm starting with how long did it take her to do this read? What do those numbers mean? Okay. Now, what's the title of the spread? Right? Because that's the theme. That's the mission statement. Right? So the mission, under the mission statements, is the details of the mission. Right? We call it the question and answer, or the query and the response. The universe is telling us something. We use an oracle means to focus the energy in, like lights going through a magnifying glass, until we can explain clearly what it is that we see. The more things that we know the meaning of, the more accurate we can get an oracle read. That's what this question right here, the answer to that is, that was before the end of the contract. If you do it now, you are resurrecting the dead contract. You revisiting the contract that is no longer enforceable. I'm telling you. So the Vesica Pisces was the diamond. The diamond is represented by the rock, which also ties me to Puffy Combs, because if you look, you'll see the pictures of the association of Sean Combs and Puffy. But it also ties me to Prince in Paisley Park through Bad Boy Records, because the Bad Boy also is known as the Rude Boy. And Prince used to call himself Rude Boy. But Rude Boy is a Jamaican term for a specific character or dude, what we call him in America, a thug, which ties me back to Tupac. I'm telling you, the circle continues. The circle is never broken. All this shit connected. Donald Trump out the Red Lodge. He can go ahead and drop the hammer on their head now. If I ain't showed you motherfuckers yet, y'all, whatever y'all need to see from here, all you got to do is message me and I'll tell it to you. If you don't know, I know how to read the signs. And if you don't know that the book that couldn't be read, I'm the only motherfucker to read it. And if you don't know that I'm the baddest motherfucker ever born, then you need to go bury your head under a rock. So, any questions before I get out of here? I came so y'all don't have to suffer. I came to break the motherfucking chains and relieve the pain. You don't have to get from under it if you don't want to. I'm not staying. I'm not staying depressed. I'm not staying held down. I'm not staying subjugated. Now, if y'all like that lifestyle, right, I can put y'all in that. I can make sure that you can continue to suffer all you want, but you won't do it around here. They got transportation for all you motherfuckers that don't want to be here on my watch. Because I already had people tell me if I took the world over, they don't want to be here. They don't want to be here because they're scared I'm going to tell them to do some shit that they're supposed to do anyway. The shit they already supposed to do. All y'all job now is to take these videos. It's the fifth. This is the sixth one. No, this is number 7. And that makes sense. This is the 7th video. Take this information to your preacher. Lay it out in front of him. Tell him to watch it all before he respond. Tell him he's gonna be what you call that? Irritated, agitated, enraged, and angered. He's gonna be pissed off. And he gonna look stupid as fuck, but he gotta give you an answer. So, so far we sent 4. These next 3 I'm gonna put up as another post. So y'all know that the 7th seal is officially broken and the 7th sun has officially risen to the highest position. Ain't nowhere else to go from here. I'm bumping my head on the ceiling on the other side of the glass ceiling that's on the other side of the glass ceiling. Ain't nowhere else to go. I can't rise higher than mama. It's not possible. It's not possible for me to be greater than that which I came from. But I can tell you this. It's possible for everybody to attain what I attained through diligence and hard work. Don't cry about that shit. Strap your motherfucking nuts on. Put on your whole armor of God. Or in this case, your whole armor of rod. Go out there, challenge them motherfuckers with the facts. If I didn't bring the facts, they got to outdo what I did. If my shit not right, they got to show you some shit that's more correct and more right than I done showed you already. They're not going to be able to do it. They're not going to be able to tell you that I'm not who I say I am. Because I told y'all, any man that say he the Christ right now is a goddamn lie. The Christ is the Queen Mother Isis. I am the widowed son. The one that was born later. I'm the afterthought. And that's why everybody treated me like an afterthought. I should have had a baby before that nigga died. Let me go back and make one based off his energy signature just like him. I didn't even think about that when that motherfucker was here. I was too in love with that motherfucker. I need a duplicate. Wait, I don't need no man because can't no other man make no duplicate. Wait a minute, I got his energy. I got his seminal signature in my queen's chamber. All I got to do in my brain is send it to the king's chamber, shoot it down my spine, let it meet with an ovum, shoot it through my fallopian tube, and rest in my uterus. That's the portal of life, and it'll correct any mistake I made because that's the queen of heaven and earth, and that's how parthenogenesis work within her. Immaculate conception, no semen. You need no goddamn man. You motherfuckers weak. So now you're going to understand why when I tell y'all that these women not going to accept no weak-ass niggas no more. Y'all niggas going to have to strap y'all nuts on. Do y'all work. I ain't do this shit to degrade no motherfucker, to make no motherfucker look bad, none of that. I ain't happy on this motherfucker the way it is. I ain't happy on this motherfucker the way it is. As long as these babies is food and sex toys, I'm not happy. As long as the women ain't allowed to be free and flourish as women and the feminine nature is gone and ain't nothing on this motherfucker but gloom and doom, I don't want to be here. So I got 2 options. I ain't suicidal, so that takes the first option off the table. I ain't killing myself. Only option I got left is to change this shit for the better. I got to take everything that they got and make that shit better. Now, if I was y'all these last 2 videos, this one and the one I got interrupted on before when the phone dropped the call, I would share the shit out of this to every motherfucking religious organization, secret society, and gangbang I could find. And I would just ask them, before you cast judgment, there's 7 keys here. You got to go through all 7 of them to get to the crown, which is the one I'm doing now, the last one. They in order. It's 4 then 3. Right? 4 then 3. No. All of this connected dot ass shit. Myself, don't no woman want no doormat for a man. Don't no woman want a doormat for a man. But at the same time, she don't want motherfucking Hitler either. She don't want a tyrant in her house either. And it's the man's responsibility to bring the greatest essence of the woman out by trying to be the best man he could be, whether she there or not. If you about your business as a man, you're not going to find very much interest in a partial woman, a female. She's just female by gender. She's not a woman yet. She won't move you. She won't stir you. She won't get your attention. The pretty box, when you find out she dumb as a box of rocks, that shit not going to work no more. You're going to take the plain Jane that can contribute to the cause over the motherfucker that look like a model that don't know that ditzy bitch. You know? So, any questions, comments, or concerns that I need to address before I get out of here? Thank you, Chelsea. Me and you got destiny. It's in your name. Destiny is in your name. Me and you got business to tend to, Chelsea. Your name is Holy Rod. Look at it. It's an anagram. Your last name. You already know what's up. Portia, you know what to do. Yep. I came to bring the pain, hardcore to the brain. Let's go inside the astral plane. So, the song is Everything They Owe. Ghetto Gospel. Everything They Owe, Ghetto Gospel. No More Pain. Staring Through the Rear View. Ambitions as a Rider. And Thug Style. It's one more. Under Pressure. If you run them in the loop, you can tap directly into the astral form of Tupac. Now, Tupac ain't gone. He's physically here. I seen him at the All Eyes on Me premiere with Shock G. He was there. Right before your very eyes, you won't even realize that you can't see me. Right? Now, also, not only was he with Shock G, he got videos on YouTube right now where he talking to you motherfuckers and y'all don't even know it's him. He in disguise. Now remember what he said. Right before your very eyes, you won't even realize that you can't see me. He there. Now, because people was going to think he was dead, and it would have caused an emotional backlash for them to send prayers up to a motherfucker that's not dead, he had to